I came out here to tell you that you guys suck at shooting and you keep shooting your paper holders off. And my solution is you should shoot better, but corporate said I needed to tell you about this new base, so. Okay, joking aside, guys, I don't think you suck. We care about you. We want to make awesome products for you. And corporate, me, was correct. We do have a brand new base to show you guys. You might be thinking at this point, hey Jared, that looks exactly like your other 20-inch round base. It does, except it doesn't. The main difference of this base, guys, is in the paper holders. Now, since 2015, we have been offering our 20-inch round base with a welded paper holder on the front, and I'm gonna show you with this beat up old crusty system over here. They were welded on the front much like this, but as you can see, this one has damage on these paper holders, and you would not be able to use this base any longer for shooting USPSA cardboard targets. There was a fix that we came up with, and we just released it for anybody that owns this style of base in the form of laser cut tubes that simply slip behind the existing tubes, and they gain that function back for anybody that's an existing customer who has some damage on their tubes. And I know you might be thinking, hey, how could you possibly shoot those tubes? And honestly, it's really easy. There's a rule of thumb with anything on a shooting range. If it is downrange, it's gonna get shot at some point. So at some point, you might find that you have some damage to your tube. So if you are an existing customer who already has one of our 20-inch round bases with welded tubes, doesn't matter what generation, these paper holders are gonna get you back in action. For everybody that is a potential new customer or looking to add some other bases to their range, the new 20-inch round base is what you're gonna receive. And as you can see, we've got a left and a right paper holder. These are laser cut, CNC formed out of one piece of steel, so they're very efficient for us to produce. They're extremely rigid. They're a little bit oversized, which is really nice for different size furring strips. If you can't find a perfect 1x2 furring strip, maybe your local lumber store only has larger sizes, this will afford you a little bit more adjustment and adaptability for your 20-inch round base. Now, from a usability standpoint, the only thing you need to be concerned about is installing 2 bolts into your base. And as you can see on the bottom of these, there's slots. And the reason for that is not every single base is exactly the same. We do our best to produce these identically, and they're within a margin of error, but sometimes these holes around the base are not going to be in the exact same orientation. So that slot is going to allow you to position it on the front and adjust it to exactly where you need it to be. So without any more talking, I'm going to actually set this base up, and then I'm going to show you some of the features of the 20-inch round base. Now, when you're tightening up the paper holders in your base, you don't have to go crazy. They don't need a ton of torque. We're not putting wheels on your car. You don't have to put 100 foot-pounds into these things. Just make them snug. Because at the end of the day, they're not holding a lot of load. They're simply taking furring strips like I have here. They're slipping down into place, and then you're stapling your paper target to these paper holders. So it's not like we're holding up 50 pounds here. Don't go crazy. Now, there are some basic hand tools that you're gonna need. You can use either a 14mm or a 9/16 open end wrench or deep socket. You'll need one to hold the head of the bolt. You'll need a deep socket or another wrench to tighten down the nut on the other side. Now, you don't need a fancy impact like this. If you have a 3/8 inch ratchet or even a 1/4 inch ratchet, you'll be able to tighten down the nut. Now, the nut is a nylon lock nut, and we included that because we don't want these things coming loose during use. The vibrations from impacting the steel targets and even, believe it or not, passing through paper, just the use of the base, throwing it around on the range can loosen up the nuts over time. So we wanna make sure that they're snug, but you don't have to go crazy. As far as any other considerations with these paper holders, I wanted to leave you guys with another tip, and that is if you're done using the paper holders and you know you're about to transport your base, either just be extremely careful as you're transporting this, moving it around in your truck, because they will move a little bit. You can see there's a little bit of flex, or the other option is you just take them off when you're done, throw them loose in your truck or in your rig, keep the hardware safe, and ultimately you can avoid prematurely damaging your paper holders. The paper holders are just made out of mild steel. These are not an armored piece of equipment. They're not designed to be shot. It's the same as the rest of the base. The base is not armored. It's not meant to be shot. We recognize that anything that is downrange could get shot, so that's why we wanted to make this revision to our 20-inch round bases, so that in the event that you guys purchase this new base, one of your buddies or even yourself damages one of your paper holders, you can buy a replacement set of these on our website instead of having a base that is now put out of commission. So all of that information is going to be on our website. You can find all of that at the link in the description. As far as the rest of the base, this base is the same as the other generations of 20-inch bases. It's the same 2x4 post receiver here. You can use either our armored posts, you can use 2x4 wood posts, has the same thumb screws on the bottom. It's the exact same thing aside from those paper holders. So guys, if you have any questions about this, you can always hit us up in our customer service email. All of that will be down in the description. If you want a new base that's even more versatile than anything else that we manufactured to date, you can check this out, tatargets.com. And again, there will be a link down in the description. Appreciate you guys. Thanks for the support. Catch you in the next one.